Yeah, so that's a huge mine. This is just textbook Atrax into 111. I'm almost getting this done, and that's pretty much impossible to protect me forward. And another 2 vessels down all game. And of course I lost another 2 vessels, which is insane. 2 starports. Hey guys, I participated in IPSL tournament yesterday and I managed to do pretty well, so I decided to do some kind of diary on how it went. So IPSL is organized by I actually have no idea how to pronounce his full nickname, so I'll call him Ern. And yeah, so first I took I participated in the qualifiers. I managed to get into the round of 24, and yesterday I played round of 24 versus JD Conan, Wizard, and Crossy. So this first game is against Crossy, and yeah, I'll share my thoughts how the games were going. So I decided to go for a wall, just because I think that Crossy, considering himself a better player, which he certainly is, will go for some kind of early pull, and wall-in will prevent his early aggression, and I can get some kind of advantage out of it. Also, since I'm going 1-1-1, the wall is actually helping quite a lot to stop all-ins, like especially link all-ins later on. Also, something I did in this game is very late scout. It's 16 scout. It is designed to meet the overlord of Zerg right now. So if Zerg was in top right, I would see his overlord. In normal game, Zerg will also drone scout. Notice that if he was in bottom left, he would actually scout top left with his drone. But by using this scouting pattern, I can almost every time guess his position, which normally he should be on the cross position right now. But apparently he didn't scout with the drone, or he did so late. Now I'm seeing this overlord on the minimap and drone. I know he's bot left right now, so yeah, I can confidently go there. Usually this scouting pattern works pretty well, so you can find Zerg on the first try, but well, in this case it didn't. But it's fine, completely fine. I'm going port right now. This is what I like to play in this matchup. I rarely play standard, because I'm just not good at it. I get extremely annoyed by mutas, and since I'm quite emotional player, when I'm getting muta harassed to death, I just cannot focus anymore. And this is my way of dealing with the mutas, because I just can pretty much get weapons like cloak raves, valkyries, or vessels that I normally cannot get against mutas early. I also decided to go for the CC on the high ground, just to throw him off a little bit. I don't know if that was the best decision actually, because pretty much my options now from his perspective are only like raves or 1-1-1 or tech. So, and pretty much because against all of this, you can just go mutas if you are playing 2 hatch. So that may not be the best idea to go for the high ground CC, but I decided to do so just to make a little bit of mind games. Now I'm going speed, rave, and my goal right now is to, with this vulture, I want to prevent his drone from going out. So I want to make him to delay his third base as long as possible. So we're flying with this raid right now, and I'm looking for Spire, but I already know that those are mutas because I see 3 larvas ready to make them. I also see third hatchery, those 2 overlords, so I pretty much now know that he shouldn't have third base at the map. So because sometimes Zerg can hide the drone before you can reach with the vultures. This happens. If someone is very experienced, it's just 1-1-1, sometimes they do that. But I don't think he did in this game. So now I'm spreading out my vultures. I want to see mutas flying, like muta movement basically on the map. I started to make turrets, and I will make a pretty big mistake in this game in a moment. It's very important to save those vultures. Basically what I want to do right now is to waste as much of his time as possible so I can prepare, because I don't have a lot of money yet to make everything. Okay, so this bunker, I think this was the biggest mistake in this game. You will see why in a moment. Now I see he just has Barrow. That's kind of whatever, doesn't matter that much for me. But I know that he's able to hide his drones if I ever drop or fly in with Raves. So I went for Wraiths and Cloak to defend versus Mutas, and after that I will follow this up with a Vessel. I'm losing those vultures. That's a little bit sloppy now. As you can see, the bottom right side of the map is not covered by the vultures, so now he can sneak out the drone, and that's very bad for me. I shouldn't allow for that. Okay, so this is the mistake. So look, the bunker should be preventing the mutas from harassing there. It should be more towards the right side, somewhere around here, and then the whole muta harass from this side would not be possible. Yeah, but I didn't do that, and now this is a little bit bad because one turret is not enough to, even with those Wraiths, it's just not enough to stop those mutas, because usually Zergs will go for Overlord speed like he did in this game. Yeah, and now I'm getting harassed to death. And this is actually where the game is lost, unfortunately. It's very hard to recover from this position, because I will never be able to rebuild those turrets, no, if he just sits there. What I should do in retrospect, I think, just abandon mining from this position and go for Vessel and just mine the gas, because my gas is covered by turrets. So, but I'm bleeding those SCVs, that's very unnecessary. I should just put them into the main and, well, just take the loss here. And it's better to save those SCVs and not mine with them in the natural than losing them anyway and not mine because I don't have them. Yeah, my Vessel is only now making, which is very late as well. It shouldn't be such late Vessel. I was very rusty going into this game. And yeah, I just didn't make my sci-fi on time. So I'm taking huge damage right now. He's relentless with those mutas over here. I found his base in the bottom right now, which is already pretty bad for me because vultures alone cannot obviously stop those bases from growing. So vultures are good to deny placing down the hatch, but there is nothing you can do when the hatch is already down. Yeah, so in this game I couldn't really feel how behind I am. I knew that I'm losing, but I didn't know how badly. So my plan right now is to just make more barracks, add a little bit of marines, and tank and push out. I saw a lot of drones here and I was like, oh my god, he will have huge eco. Because he wanted to transfer those drones to his third base. He probably just made them... It wasn't like transfer or existing drones, it was transfer of like fresh made drones, which was very scary. That's a lot of workers, but at least I managed to deny the transfer for a while. But now on the minimap and the mines we can see that it's happening anyway. So I added a lot of turrets. This was also crippling my timing because I couldn't add anything else because of that. So I have fewer barracks and later barracks than in usual game. It's already like 10th minute and I'm not doing anything. So that's very, very bad. And it was all because of this one misplaced bunker. And Cross is very good and he just basically knows how to abuse this one spot. If you ever feel that Terran is weak somewhere, you should just constantly harass this place with Mitas. Look at the split from him now. That was amazing as well. See that? Like, he did it instantly. That was very, very good from him. And again, like, amazing splits, basically. You can really feel that we are playing, like, very good player when you see something like that. Now I'm going for my scanners because I want to just basically see his natural, what he's doing. I have no idea what is the state of his tech. This is like one pretty big weakness of 1-on-1. When you are going for regular build, you have scanners. You can see what is coming. But with 1-1-1, you only have those vultures and the Wraith maybe to scout and see what's up. And now I don't have any vultures on the map because he sniped them all. So yeah, I'm basically blind. Yeah, but now I see this ultras and I'm like, okay, ultras already. This is not gonna be good. But there is no reason not to try an attack. So I moved out here, of course, and we are trying to go. He's trying to snipe vessels, of course. Like, vessels is the only thing that is keeping me kind of alive here. Because over the time, if you can get those irradiates, you can sometimes grind Zerg out, but it feels hopeless regardless, right? I'm only 100 supply at 30 minutes. I have 5 vessels, which is very good, but probably not enough. Especially because I saw this Ultralisk already going out from the egg, so I'm expecting him to have many more. But our army is actually pretty scary now if I think about it. Didn't feel it during the game, but now if I look at this, it's actually pretty big amount of units and pretty good units as well. This is not simple SK. This is with the tanks, which is much more scary. Yeah, I wanted to use those irradiates before the fight. That would be ideal, but I was also very scared of Scourges killing those vessels because I cannot afford to lose them. Yeah, that was double irradiate. So the panic was already there. I got flanked, and he has like a lot of units, of course. That was expected. I expected exactly something like that when I was playing. That was first game of the day for me. I only like 18283 before this game, so I was like, okay, let's play this out, get a little bit more warm up, because why not? This is tournament as well, so usually in tournaments it's a little bit different. You play till the very end. At least I tend to do that. There is no reason to um, give up early. There will be very nice mine. Yeah, so that's a huge mine. You don't often see something like that. That several ultras are just popped by a single mine. But this is pretty much over, right? There is nothing else to see. Okay, let's jump to the next game versus Wizard. Okay, in this game we are playing Wizard, so my thought process about this game was that I consider Wizard weaker player than me, honestly. Like, at least I don't fully know him, but I heard that he's kind of around low A rank. I don't know if this is actually true, but this is what people told me about him. So I felt much more comfortable, of course, because usually when you are playing someone you are considering weaker, you have much more confidence. This is instantly visible in your play. At least for me, I feel much more better, and I feel like I can do more mistakes, and I'm not that annoyed by them as well when I'm doing them. So I decided to go for a Atrax, which is, I do it very often. I mean, Atrax is amazing build, especially for my playstyle, because I very often mix Atrax and Wallins in my main. So when Zerg goes for early pull and I play Wallin, they get nothing and I'm at advantage instantly. If I play Atrax and they go for 12 Hatch, then I'm also advantaged. Like, I have the opportunity to do a lot of damage. So yeah, this is why I like such mix in my repertoire. So we are going very early gas here. Like, it's 10 gas, but basically it's rather 11, because the way I do it is I always queue up one STV, but I don't have depot yet. So only after I queue up this STV I go for gas. And this is, I could have faster factory, but that would actually be too fast. You will see that I barely have money to make factory with on 100 gas, even when this gas is a little bit later. I technically could cut one more STV to get even faster gas, but I don't know whether this is worth it. I think classic is like 11 gas, which is what I did. And now I see this 12 hatch and I'm pretty happy with it. So I know that I can do some damage already. Like, he will have to pull drones, which is already damage. And then the rule of thumb is that if you, during Atrax, kill 3 drones, you are ahead. If you kill 2, you are kind of even. If you kill anything less than that, then you are behind. Another thing that I will switch next time is that I won't be attacking with 2 STVs. I think 2 STVs in this attack is overdoing it. Especially when I'm on such low eco, I would like this 1 STV to actually mine minerals for me. And so I'm microing around. He's obviously waiting for his links, so he's just trying to delay this as much as possible. I'm going for those drones. We get 1 so far, that's second. And that's the third one. And we are fine right now. And I wanted to, look, my idea here was to get those marines here and make a bunker or a supply here, so I can delay him even more. But I couldn't make it. Like, my STVs were not fast enough to follow marines, unfortunately. But I still kill at least a few links. I lost those STVs though. So that's not the best. I could escape with them, but already my vulture is on the way, and I went for report. So look at the situation. He has nothing right now regarding his tech because he had to pull drones. and I'm already making my starport, which is super nice. I like this a lot. It gives you a lot of opportunity to outplay the Zerg. It's obviously like technical build, and you are not strategically winning, but you have a lot of opportunity to put pressure and deal damage. This is also super nice. Like, this vulture makes you immune to any link counter. You don't even have to make marines pretty much, because you can deal with all those links with a vulture. So that's amazing. I missed this link here. That was actually pretty bad for me. I forgot that this link just got away. I didn't kill it. It didn't matter that much, but still, like, overlook from me. I don't know whether he made more links or not, and I actually missed that this link was not killed. Like, during the game I didn't realize that, but I'm staying with this vulture in home in case he made more links and went around. Very, very often Zergs will feel behind and just go for speed links. Just go speed and many links and try to kill you like that. That's why I like this wall. Now I can see this link being here. I will just kill it. So now I know that he probably don't have more links on the map, because if he did have them, he would attack with more of them, not only one. So now I can assume that there are no more links on the map. And I go control tower here. And the idea is that this Wraith will scout for Spire timing right now. And if I notice that his Spire is late, then I will go for dropships. But if I see the Spire is about to be finished, then I go for a Cloak and Wraiths. And it's hard to assess whether he already has Lair and Spire. It's not that obvious. Now I see this Hydra, and this is a very good sign. Usually when you see Hydra then, especially when it is this late, it means that they were in panic, or they forgot something, and now you will kill Overlords anyway because their Hydras are late. And I see no Spire, and I'm like, okay, this game is almost won at this point. Because he has no cards that can kill me. Like, right now it's almost impossible for Zerg to win this game. Now I see the building drop down, so it has to be a Spire, obviously. And I'm waiting for my dropship. I'm killing some Overlords in the meantime, whatever damage I can find with this Wraith. So this is Move Micro. I will make a video about that at some point, how to control Wraiths. This is very, very nice and useful micro to do. Now I have my dropship with vultures. Yeah, and this is basically almost game over for Zerg. But he was actually expecting that, which I respect, because he put Sunken here, but the Sunken was a little bit misplaced. I don't know why he put it so far behind. I wanted to kill the X here. I didn't manage to do that, actually. You have a little bit of hold position micro here over this. Look at that. You notice how this vulture shot instantly after placing a mine? I will also be covering that in different video. It's very important micro to do. Yeah, and look at this, like, everything comes nicely together, right? He didn't spend larva on mutas, I have my vessel on the way, so there is like practically zero counterplay for him, and his eco is also bad, so that's huge advantage for Terran. You almost cannot lose from this position. He tries to expand, but I have those vultures on the way, so yeah, this is just textbook 8 racks into 1-1-1. Yeah, those mines give me vision where I can actually where he's going. So I see everything. I see this muta movement. That's very important. It gives you so much freedom if you know all those things. So now I'm also focusing on preventing him to expand toward the top side of the map, because I can allow him to expand to the bottom because it will be on my path to his natural, and then it's much more dangerous for him because I can choose 2 places to attack, whether this expansion or his nat. But if the base is at the top, then attacking the base on the top opens me up for counters, and if I'm by his nat, then he's not feeling threatened in his third base. So that's why going for far away base for Zerg is usually much better versus Terran than going for those nearby bases. This is not always true, because there are some playstyles, like when you're going Hydra Lurker, where you actually want that, but in this case, Zerg is certainly favoring the faraway expansion. Yes, so you just saw that my vessels are already ready, and he cannot do absolutely nothing with his mutas, which is very bad for him. Like he invested into units that are a little bit expensive, like Mutas, and now he cannot do anything with them. Yeah, so the rest of this game is just my one attack and basically a stomp from this point. He was too far behind after the opening. One is there is like one moment you can remember. So what I see here is this one lurker being finished, and I'm now about the second one is about to be popped, and now with my tanks I will target the X. Look, and those lurkers will be dead as well. Yeah, so that's complete game over. Like you irradiate the lurkers that are already morphed, and then you kill the X with tanks, and now I just ran in, and he wasn't in time with his swarm. Even if he was on time, I already had 4 vessels, and this is like just very comfortable situation for Terran. Okay, let's go to game number 2. Okay, so in this game I decided to go for wall in my nut and play a little bit more standard, just to mix it up. I don't usually play this way, as I said before, but every now and then I will just do it. Because I want people to not exactly know what I will play. And that's the major reason, even though I don't like this that much. So we went standard 12 scout, and now I will send the other STV towards the left side when their barracks is finished. And with the STV from the top, I will go first to the middle of the map. So as you can see here, because if he was going 9 bull from the top left, and then I would catch those links and know that I have to send some STVs to my wall. So I come into his base right now, so the lair, 2-hatch mute. I mean, I don't know if this is muta, but 2-hatch. Yeah, I would decided to go for the +1 because he's on the cross position. If he was close, I was going to go to Rax Academy, but since he's on the cross, I'm going +1. So I'm adding 4 Raxes total, and in a moment there will be like interesting decision from me. I don't know if this is correct, but I felt like it is during the game. So I'll scan his natural to see whether this is really Mutas, because I don't know yet. This might be Hydronen as well. And here, I saw the Den, right? So I was like, he probably is not gonna make a lot of Mutas in this game. So I cancelled the barracks and went for factory here to accelerate my timing of the tanks, vessels, and so on. So I place turrets in all those important positions. This turret might be even a little bit too late, but at the same time we're in cross position, so should be probably fine. This turret down here is very important, so he cannot abuse the very corner of the map versus you. I forgot range, I think, in this game, so I'm getting it now. But it's fine, like, his muta count is not that threatening so at this point, so the range is not a difference between life and death yet. Yeah, I kept this STV here exactly for this purpose, because I wanted to make another turret here. I already have factory, and look, this is like 647 starport. Very, very quick. And now it's time for a little bit of move out. So what I want to do is just keep his mutas out of my base, basically. So I will stand here and trade with him, with my +1 done. Yeah, so this is exactly what I hate about playing just Marines without tech, that you have to deal with those mutas, and you feel like everything is in Zergs control. That's why I don't like it. I saw the super fast Queen's Nest as well, so I'm like, yeah, this build choice from me was super good. Or actually this decision to cancel the barrack for factory. And now I have tank already. So there, he probably saw my tank going out with his overlord and he found it. So that was very unfortunate, because this game would be almost over if this tank survived to his nut. But he lost some mutas for it anyway. And I see that, so I know I cannot kill him with only Marines. Actually, my STV in the bottom left died, and I didn't notice that because I sent 2 STVs, one to the top right and one to the bottom left, and the bottom left STV died on the run, but I kind of didn't notice that, and I was still thinking, where is his base? His third base, I mean. There I killed this free Queen's Nest, because why not? It's not important building at all, at all for him because he's already making hive, of course, but why not? It will just interrupt my future push if I ever go there, so why not kill it for free? Yeah, and there I catched his mutants, and I know now that he cannot stop this tank from reaching his base, so I have a timing, right? This is pretty strong timing to have tank at his doors. He tried to make some mutas to pick this tank off again, which is weird, like adding mutas at this stage felt wrong, but he lost the mutas and didn't kill the tank, so that's completely the worst case scenario for him. And here I managed to snipe those two lurkers that unbarrowed. So my tank hit the lurkers once or twice, and I finished them with marines quickly. So I'm adding my production here. I don't want third base, I want to have as big production as I can. Especially because timings of my upgrades are actually great, because +1 was fast and I rushed science facility as well, so my +2 will be insanely fast, and with many units I will be able to keep a lot of pressure on him. I should already make second starport as well. I think that was a mistake not doing that, because my gas is getting high. And here is just stomp at this point, because of this tank push, he just couldn't keep up and lost. So this was the losers match, and in the winners match, Crossy actually lost to JD Conan, which I didn't expect at all. And I thought that if I can play versus JD Conan, maybe I can beat him, because I considered Crossy to be better, but maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But Crossy actually lost to him, and now I have this rematch. So yeah, I was like, okay, that will probably go very wrong because Crossy is just much better than me. But it happened to actually not be true. So the next two games we'll cover from the replays, because I just forgot to press the record button when I was playing Crossy, so, and I don't have my FP votes for that. But replays will be also pretty good to look at. Okay, so as always, let's see only from perspective of analyzed player, which is me in this case. And I was happy that Crossy didn't ban Litmus, because I wanted to go for this one base opening that I showed in the latest video actually. So the idea is to go for 1-1-1 but from one base and rush vessels. So I went 10 gas in this game. I wanted to make the Wraith as fast as possible, counting for some damage, because I thought like, okay, I'm not doing my expo anyway, my economy will be okay if I'm on one base compared to like 11 gas or 12 gas. It won't be that much of a difference, so why not? So as you can see, my factory timing is actually like 220, which is 10 seconds faster than usual, which is quite a lot of time to kill Overlord, for example. Let me change the color actually. Yeah, nice. So I saw this late hatchery and fast pull, and this is actually 12 pull gas, which is known to be very oppressive build, because you can have mutas very fast. Of course you have much weaker economy, but the mutas hit very quickly. So I was actually even more happy with my choice, because I knew I can have my vessel faster. And he decided to pretty much sacrifice an overlord, so I was like, I cannot kill this overlord for sure, he can go on the cliff. So I use my vulture to protect this marine in a moment from the links. Now I'm like, okay, let's go down with the marine and finish the overlord while my vulture will defend marine from the links. This is exactly what happened, and now I'm going eBay and science facility. So the overlord is dead. That's very useful. I see this link as well with my Wraith, so I'll go back with the vulture. And now I see, okay, Spire is about to be done. Let's catch one overlord. And I'm not seeing any other overlords, so I just go back, because he could go for Scourges, which produce faster and catch my Wraith, so I didn't want to lose it. And I'm already making Vessel, and he radiate. And I will start my +1 soon as well, I believe. And here is a very important moment where he saw his Vessel and I wanted to repair it. And look, I'm almost getting this done, but like his last volley pretty much got it. So that was unfortunate. But he lost some HP and mutas on this try, so I wasn't, because I have also turret here. So it wasn't that bad of a trade, but of course not the best for turn, right? Because Irradiate will surely kill Mutas anyway, so just losing their Vessel is always bad. It's not worth to trade for Mutas, unless you kill a lot of them for it. Yeah, so now I'm like, okay, he will try to dive me again, for sure, with Mutas on my Vessel. But how to actually prevent it? That's the question. So yeah, he's going again. And that's pretty much impossible to protect versus that, because turrets will always choose Mutas over the Scourges. So it's almost impossible to keep this Vessel alive. And this is something that many Zerg players might not realize. I put this Wraith around the map to scout for something. I actually wanted to find his bases here, but there was this Overlord, so I was like, okay. I also tried to hide the Vessel here, but yeah, I actually even managed. So that was my first good trade, where I pulled off the Irradiate and didn't lose a Vessel. That's very important. And now I have this small force. Actually, I have no idea in what state of the game I currently am, because I don't have that much experience with this build yet, and especially versus like 12 pool. So on the replay, we can see that I have a lot of workers advantage, but I was in complete dark during the game. I had no idea how to assess the situation. And I saw the lurkers now, so, and a lot of them in fact. So I was like, okay, I don't know how this will go. I tried to just gain some space here. I think I will zoom out maybe a little bit. Now I'm trying to put the damage on the lurkers, why not losing vessels, but I lost some marines, which is very painful in this situation. I don't have a lot of them. Yeah, and the idea is to use tanks and vessels in combination to kill the lurkers while protecting my, like, those units from mutas and links with marines. So I'm pushing forward. This, like, I lost so many vessels in this game, it's actually crazy. You will see this throughout this game. I lost like, I don't know, 10 or something. And again, like, he's super good at killing those vessels. I saw this lurker, I wanted to irradiate it very badly, because it is also standing next to the links, so that's a lot of damage. And now I'm targeting lurkers, look at this. My two tanks are targeting this lurker. That's very important during those fights. You don't want to kill links with tanks, you want to kill lurkers. But okay, I'm like, I still don't know where I am. I thought that he has a base already in this game, but he didn't. Spoiler alert. So this is a very, very low eco game. And another two vessels down. This was crazy. During the game I was like, oh my god, man. This is insane. Oh, he's picking them up all the time. So I got my CC, and now I saw that he has Swarm, and I was like, oh my god, that's very, very bad. But I managed to get out with this group. So he has like, how many? 3 lurkers there. Not too many, but that's very annoying. But this is very important. Like, this is the most important maneuver in this whole game. And, of course, I lost another 2 vessels. Which is insane. Insane how many vessels I lost this game. Now he put those lurkers to kill some SCVs. But that's not that important yet, because I'm getting mine out in my main, so I don't even need so many SCVs. And my marines are already +2. I'm not making +3 yet. I also denied his expansion right here, so that was very important, very, very important. I'm trying to look for a defiler here, and this is actually where my rally is. That's why I'm bleeding those units. So I was stubborn and didn't want to change them. Yeah, but all those attacks are so dangerous for me. Yeah, but fortunately, I still have healthy vessel count. Like, this is still doable. I have those 2 starports pumping, another vessel down. And actually, what is crucial in this position is that I have this group here, and I can interrupt his reinforcements. That's insanely important. So I'm borderline losing right here. Losing a lot. But I managed to make some units and hold my main. And because of those marines, he cannot actually attack me, and he has to split his attention here as well, which is very important. In all those situations, if you can ever counter somehow, this is super good then. That's why I also will make dropship here, because I thought like, okay, he's putting so much pressure on me, let me think of something where I can put this pressure back on him. The attack is the best defense, also applies to StarCraft. And now I have this small drop, but it's actually pretty important in this game. And I keep seeing all those lurkers and I'm like, man, like, he's so rich. But he has 3 geysers as well, if you think about it. So technically, you could think that Zerg is actually on 3 bases pretty much, because the most important stuff for Zerg is always the stirred gas, not the minerals themselves. Yeah, so this is just enough to give me a little bit of breathing room and to rebuild, stabilize. Because look, my +3 is halfway done. Those marines will be insanely strong very soon. I also discovered this base with a dropship, so now I can pressure it. He got another vessel and a dropship. This third gas allows him to make so many scourges, which is actually pretty... This map is pretty interesting. I like it a lot for this reason. It completely changes how the matchups are played out. So I'm trying to hound for those defilers. I didn't notice... I don't know what I did with this vessel right here. Yeah, I just lost it for free. That was very bad. And I got this huge plague. Let me actually show you. Yeah, this plague was disgusting. But there is nice trick, like instead of bleeding the medic's energy, you can just make move command on anything, like one of your marines, and then instead of healing, they will be like following this one marine. And when the plague is done, then you start healing. So you don't waste all this energy on medics. And again, another vessel. I don't know, like this, I keep saying that, but the amount of vessels I lost in this game is actually pretty crazy. And now I felt the blood here. I was like, okay, I can... Because he stacked those lurkers, and I had this one crucial tank, which enabled all this attack. And I assumed that he was desperate, so he moved everything from his Nat to his Nidus. And I was kind of right. There is only one lurker, and I have those marines. So I ran in, killed this lurker, links, and now I want to desperately kill this because I know if I kill this, this is game over, yeah. And now his bases are disconnected, he won't be able to do anything about it, and even defending this course is impossible at this point. Okay, let's see the second game. So in this game, I was like, okay, I already played wall twice versus him, so let's go for Atrax, because he will maybe expect me to play wall another time. And this is why I like this combination a lot. Atrax mixed with in-main walls is pretty bad for Zerg to play against that, because there is no choice that is favoring you. And you as a Terran, you are fine, wall is fine versus everything, and Atrax is also fine versus everything. Like, you can defend Ilri pool with Atrax. Zerg has advantage then, but it's still completely playable. So okay, let's go for an Atrax. And also, I put it here, so his Overlord right now, scouting from here, is not seeing anything. He won't see Marines, yeah. He doesn't know where I am. I see Ilri pool, so I'm happy, and now I'm going to attack. And now he saw with the drone that I am here. But the funny part is that he probably... Yeah, he didn't know that I am still in the bot left. He thought that I am in bottom right. And I know that because when he will be countering with links, he will go like that. Because I already watched the game. And now, again, I'm trying to get 3 drones, right? So I get 2. And 3, and now I know that, okay, this is good. And by the way, I used only 1 STV in this attack. I learned from the game versus Wizard. Now I want to waste as much of his time as possible, but he correctly only sent 2 links and went with all of them to counter me. And look, now he's going to bottom right. It didn't matter that much because my vulture is already making, but still, like, he could see something, maybe starboard, but now he will be completely blind. And I was like a little bit hesitating to even go there, but I was like, okay, I'm making second vulture anyway. I made 2, by the way, because sometimes they can go muscling with speed. So I wanted to be ready with 2 vultures for that, if this is happening, because then you have some chances to survive if you have 2 vultures. But I went with this one, and actually it was very good. I denied mining here, killed the link, I will get a drone in a moment as well. Like here. Yeah, and I felt like, okay, I have advantage in this game so far. I killed 3 drones, another one with Vulture, some links. He didn't do anything in this game to me. I now will get this Overlord. I went eBay. Of course, I don't know what his tech is. And now I see this Hydra. And I was like, okay, let me get this in a moment because I already had 3 Vultures and my speed was about to finish. So I'm like, okay, let's wait for the Vultures. I will kill this Hydra and the Overlord. But the Overlord was already here and I barely got this while almost losing a Wraith, and this Wraith is insanely crucial. And now I'm on 10 HP, that's pretty bad, because if his Hydra is here, he will deny scouting from me. But I managed to save it, but I still don't know his Spire timing, which is very bad. So I'm going with second Wraith, and I'm like, okay, I need to somehow check whether he has those the Spire. And my idea was that, okay, let me attack him here. I was hoping that he will move those Hydras over here and I will just run by with Vultures, with speed Vultures. And he was even going there, but he realized what he was doing, so he moved back and blocked those Vultures. Yeah, so I didn't get much from this, but I saw the Spire, which is very important. Yeah, and this Wraith also killed a drone. And even Hydra, I didn't know that during the game. Okay. Wow. That's funny that he killed the Hydra as well. Yeah, now I'm getting Expo, getting some mines. You never know whether this won't be lurkers even, so those mines are pretty good to have there. Now he has those mutas, but I was much more ready in this game for those mutas. It's actually much more better layout for Terran as well than in Radion. Because on Radion you can attack from this side with mutas, but on this map you have to go from there. And I have this cloak right now as well, so I can repel those mutas. And he doesn't have speed overlord, so he cannot like completely jump on me yet. I'm basically trading right now, which is fine because I'm waiting for this vessel. He also didn't know that my starport is so exposed, and this could be the reason he didn't know is that he didn't know where I am because of this barracks positioning. So he went there and he couldn't run to my main to check for the starport, because if he knew this is here, he would for sure like harass this and try to kill the starport with mutas. But just because of the lack of the knowledge and my barracks positioning, he couldn't identify that. And that was very bad. I tried to kill Overlord, but I didn't manage and I lost 2 Wraiths. But my vessel was about to pop. I felt a little bit more confident with this, but it was still bad. I shouldn't ever lose 2 Wraiths like that. And now I have this Irradiate, so that's great. I can defend from mutas. I made 1 Vulture because I didn't know what's going on completely on the map. So sometimes I do that. Even the Vulture phase is kind of over, but I still want 1 at least to monitor what he's doing, because I don't know right now. So Academy, more barracks, and we are transitioning to SK with tanks. So I guess it's not SK, just bio tank vessel. And by the way, the timing is even worse than in the first game, but remember, this game started with Atrax and we had a lot of action and I did quite a lot of damage. So this is a completely different situation. Even though the timing is later, the relative timing is much better for me. I see this Expo on 12. Basically, I want to use this Vulture to not let him... I cannot kill his base, of course, with the Vulture, so I want to use this Vulture to just stop him from expanding towards those bases. And there's another thing happening right now. He went for this Lurker all-in kind of, or bust, however you want to call it. And it was pretty scary. But when I saw this, I was actually happy. Because I knew I can probably defend that. And it means that he spent a lot of resources instead of putting it into economy or to like faster tech. He went for mass units. Also, even there, I only lost 1 vessel, which is great. I lost the tank, but that's fine, I have another one. If I didn't have it, that would be very bad, but fortunately I was making them. And this is defended now. And I didn't lose this much. We traded, but those trades are very good for me because I can still make like my workers and army at the same time while being ready, like getting ready to push out and he will have to invest in units right now to even stop my push. So at this point, I was like kind of, okay, I have chances. Managed to kill another 2 lurkers. Yeah, we're pumping those vessels and our upgrades. This is +2 on the way already. And now we push. And now what I want to do is to do it like kind of slowly. I don't want to get flanked. So I'm going like to the side a little bit. I see those links, so I want to attack into one of his flanks. I managed to irradiate another lurker. So basically he went up, so I'm like, okay, so I'm going left then. And I lost another vessel. That's crazy. That I should never lose. Another 2 lurkers irradiated. So you see how this 1-1-1 is oppressive with those mass irradiates and tanks. Zerg has a lot of problems defending this. Now I sieged. I only wanted to hit this once and run in with marines. But he already had swarm. And I was like, oh my god. I didn't expect that, but well, I should probably. But I felt like, okay, it was still fine, because now I have this nice spot where I can go from 12 to his nut. And this is actually not that easy to defend. I saw those lurkers, I said, okay, let's siege. And I targeted. I'm still targeting the lurkers. Another one. Yeah. I'm trying to target with my tanks all the time. If they were a little bit closer here, this game would be over probably right there, because I would be able to snipe the defilers. And in the meantime, I was going with this already. So I managed to snipe the Nidus, and this is usually how this is the beginning of the end for Zerg, when you snipe the Nidus. I even got the Hydra then, so now he cannot produce Hydras and Lurkers anymore. Yeah, and now we go and just finish the game with this push, with Firebats as well. So now, when he cannot transfer units from left to right side, yeah, it's much easier for me. And now I just run in, and that's game over. Okay, so that's it for today. Tell me whether you like this content of me doing something like that, like going over my tournament. And I will probably cover my round of 16 as well. And my round of 16 is actually crazy. I mean, I randomized Devalt, Eon Zerg and Bonne for me, so I have group of death. And I don't know how it will go. Probably not too well, but you never know. Maybe I will have good day and give some good games or even manage to win some. Okay, so thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.